and welcome to a brand new episode of the Woolly Thistle Shopcast. We just got back from Rhinebeck, so we're a mess, aren't we?
A little tired.
We had such a good time, and we'll tell you all about it. But how you doing, Maggie?
I'm good.
Yeah?
I'm good.
This is Maggie, our marketing manager, marketing and sales manager. And I'm Corinne, and I own the Woolly Thistle. And together we bring you the Shopcast. And I'm already feeling I'm a little bit
yeah.
little hungover from all the wonderful excitement.
The wool fumes.
We will make this good. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
So yeah, so thank you for watching and putting up with that. And tell us, Maggie, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. Rhinebeck was a lot of fun.
It sure was.
It was a lot of fun. We were there on Saturday. We met quite a few of you, which was amazing.
The best part. Yes.
Yeah, it was a really fun-filled day. I think that was my favorite Rhinebeck
ever. I think I agree with you. Number one, the weather was perfect. Number two, the weather was horrible here leaving.
Yeah.
And it was absolutely wonderful. We had a nice little Airbnb.
Yeah.
Where you, me, and your sister Marie stayed. Mm-hmm. It was good to have Marie with us. Grady was here too. And we met many shop owners and vendors, and then we met a lot of customers. And thanks for coming up and saying hello. We loved it. I've never hugged so many people.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Yeah, it really was. And it was just lovely. Everything, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, we stayed till the end. We actually heard them doing the checkout call. It's time to go.
I know. I've never stayed that late on a Saturday.
Yeah.
Never.
Right.
Or Sunday.
Right.
Usually by, I think, 2 or 3, we were like, oh, we're done.
And we actually got some knitting in too, back at the cottage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was really nice. I know it was definitely crowded.
I think once it got to lunchtime, it felt busy.
Yeah, it did. Mm-hmm. Like all of a sudden, like we got there around 9:30 and
we walked right in.
It was really not bad. Yeah, there was no line and we just walked right in.
We didn't have to park miles away. So I thought, it's going to be quiet. Because,
and I feel like it started off fairly quiet and then picked up. Either that or the crowd had rushed to the barns and we just didn't see them.
We were in the wrong place at the wrong time. I don't know.
But then you could feel it around lunchtime.
Yes.
I think too, because we weren't, like, I wanted to see vendors and we did some shopping for sure. But we weren't, I think we actually spent a lot of the afternoon outside.
Yeah.
So not actually trying to look at vendors. I think it might have been a different experience if we were trying to shop, because I think the size of the crowd might have made it
was hard. Pretty busy, but I still feel like there's been busier years for sure, but it was definitely well attended, absolutely packed at some points, and it was just lovely. The whole thing was lovely. I enjoyed looking at all the stuff because it's been 3 years since I've been. I didn't go last year and then the 2 previous years, so
it's been at least 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, so I think, just really enjoying what we had missed. I think it was my first big foray into being with people as well after COVID. I mean,
I definitely had not attended anything of this size.
No, and I just, I think all of us, everybody was feeling like, woo, we're out.
Yeah.
And we're seeing people and catching up. It was great.
Yeah.
So we have some photos. Hopefully we're showing them right now as we're talking. Please tag us if you haven't, and if you're on social media, please tag us at the Woolly Thistle. We'd love to see your photos. And or if you're not on social, send us an email with them. We'd love to show them and see them, and just we enjoyed you so much. We heard lots of great stories, and I tried to put as many names to faces as I could.
I know. By the end of the day, though, I'm like, oh, that was a blur.
It was a blur.
Like, as even just trying to remember names. I'm usually pretty good with names. But a lot of them are blurring together, and I'm like, wait, was that person?
Yeah.
Was that her?
I know. Was that?
So yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, it was really wonderful. It was so good to talk to people who I've seen and just hear how they feel about our community.
Well, that's it. If I could be so bold, we were kind of stunned at how many people knew the Woolly Thistle and were coming up to say hello, which was just because you walk into these things thinking, well, we'll just have a good time anyway, and you guys came out, so thank you. Yeah, it was wonderful. I saw Andrea Murray. Oh, and then Woolen Folk on Friday.
Yeah, Woolen Folk. We'd never been to Woolen Folk before. I guess this was its 2nd year.
Yeah.
So that makes sense that we hadn't been there. But,
yeah.
I didn't know what to expect.
No, it was
either.
fantastic.
I was sort of like, It was a fantastic event.
Yeah.
We got there fairly late in the day. We didn't get there till about 4:30, I think. So,
but it was still in full swing. And Denise, Earth Twins girl, was there. We got to meet her in person. Yeah. That was fun.
Yeah. We got to meet the grocery girls.
The grocery girls, Tracy and Jodie. Total hoot. That was great to meet them.
Yeah. And
then Wool and Nosh, and then there was a really nice shop. What was it called? 618, something like that.
614 maybe. It's either 618 or 614. We'll put it here.
I think they're from Ohio. Lovely, lovely young man that we talked to there. Yeah. He has really nice yarn that they get spun at MKAL. Yeah.
It was nice. I'm trying to remember. I don't know. It was a lot of people.
Yeah. It was a lot of people.
And it was just busy. Good.
Yeah, it was great.
It was nice. We finally got to meet in person our delightful Emma.
Oh my gosh, yes, we got to meet Emma in person.
Yeah, so it was really.
She's even more enthusiastic in person.
And her delightful friend Knittin.
Oh, Knittin.
And his name is actually Knittin.
Yeah, so that was fun. Yeah. He took that well. He is a knitter.
Yeah. They were both delightful.
Yes, enjoyed hanging out with them.
Emma was as delightful as I expected she would be in person, if not more.
Oh, even more.
She's just a little ball
if possible.
Energy.
Yeah.
She's great.
Yeah, she is wonderful. So yeah, we really enjoyed hanging out with them and with Grady. Yeah. And you all know Grady, which is so fun.
Yeah.
You all know Maggie. If I wasn't with Maggie, it was, where's Maggie?
And if I wasn't with Corinne, where is she? Oh my gosh, yes, she's coming.
Yes, and we got to meet, let's see, Espace Tricot 2.0, as well as the OG. Yeah. So they were there. That was fun.
Yeah, although I missed the OG.
Oh, yes, I was on my own there. That was awesome.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think who else. I don't know. And I kept forgetting to take photos. Like, we were just in the moment.
Yeah, it was, it feels like such a disconnect for me to be like,
oh, wait.
I could be better about, let's get a photo.
Yeah.
Like, Jody was a pro at it. Like, let's get a photo.
I know, yeah.
It was wonderful.
Yeah.
But I'm thankful that there are photos.
Yes, for sure.
It wasn't until sometimes I was like, we should have gotten a photo.
Well, your sister actually did a good job.
She
became the official paparazzi.
I'm going to give her a little shout out too. This week, my sister celebrated a milestone birthday, so
she's amazing.
Drop her a happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Marie. I feel ya, and it's all good. Gets better and better.
Yeah, I think she's excited for it.
She is, I think. Yeah. And
either
rightly
way,
so.
So.
Rightly so.
Yeah. So it was a really, I think the people we were with made the weekend for me. Like it was just a really wonderful weekend. Yes. On top of being able to meet people and be around yarny folks all weekend.
So you're saying you really love being with me?
Yeah. I mean, we were in a car for
7, 8 hours altogether.
7 or 8 hours, and I don't think we didn't run out of things to talk about.
God, no, we were still talking as we pulled in.
I know.
In fact, I almost kind of did the wrong thing right back in West Lebanon because we were so busy talking, and that was like 5 minutes from home. I got the wrong lane because I was not paying attention.
Yeah, so what's better than good company?
Good company and wool and knitting and more good company and lots of. Yeah. Did you do any shopping?
I did do some shopping. So I didn't do a lot of shopping. Mm-hmm. I had previously mentioned my Icelandic spinning experience.
Yes.
And Caitlin messaged me and said, look for, I think it's Frelsey. And so I did. I found their booth. I do not have it to show because I bought like 8 ounces.
It's gorgeous.
It was funny. I went into the booth and I'm like, I'd like 4 ounces of that. And then as she's putting it on, I'm like, make that 8 ounces of that. I'll bring that in once it's spun, which might be a bit. And then I only bought a little bit. I went to Into the World, which I think they do yarn and fiber, and I bought a couple bags of fiber. So I got their gray Corriedale Captain Tight Pants. Is that colorway?
It's very pretty.
And I think this is a new base for them.
Yeah, that's pretty.
It's very pretty.
Yeah.
I've spun they have a Herding Cats colorway.
Oh,
I've spun that one, and it's just beautiful.
I like your little munchkins there.
Yes. So they do like bits and bobs. So it's all mixed fibers, and it's odds and ends is what they call it. I think you can get it on their website too. So I just got those 2. And then I actually bought some superwash yarn. Which I can't tell you the last time I bought superwash. I mean, I've been knitting with Moussam Falls for some socks.
Yeah.
But
I
bought this more for the story, and
Yes.
I'll knit something for my youngest with this, who thinks everything is itchy. But the story of this, I'm trying to remember the name of the...
Does it not say?
It doesn't say.
Is it Herd of...
Maybe it's Herd of Cats. I will find out. I know Grady
Maybe on the
knows
back.
the name for sure. Yeah, it might be on the back. So we'll put the name on the screen. But she had some colorways that were inspired by rescue animals at a local shelter, and she gives a portion of the proceeds from the sales to the shelter. So
Yeah.
I couldn't resist, and this one is cats, because cats.
Your cat lady.
And this one is Garfield, and I have a Garfield at home that is a rescue,
Yeah.
and I couldn't resist.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Irene had lots of fun showing her these. She's like, "Ooh, I bet you this one is this cat, and
Oh,
this one is this cat." And so
that's fun.
Very
Very
I'll make her
nice.
something with that, and she'll be thrilled.
Very nice. There was a cat theme. I don't have it
There was
here.
a cat theme, and the lady too. Yes, you got something with a cat.
Yes.
But the lady at that booth was wearing a cute cat themed sweater.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to,
I actually ended up, and I don't have it here, and I don't have her card, but I got an etching of, curled up Siamese cat.
Yeah.
Because I do like, I don't know, I love cats, and I don't have a cat right now because my cat is,
Yeah.
living at the other house.
Yeah.
So, yes, I'm filling my house up with fake cats in the hope that they,
You can knit a cat. There are a couple of good patterns for cats. Some of them, like curled up, they look very cat-like.
Oh,
That would be
yeah. I will eventually get a cat, but I want to make sure I know what's happening with my current cat situation.
Yeah, because you don't want to.
No, she's too old for that, and so I want to be sure. And then what else did I get? Oh, I bought a tea towel that was woven.
Yeah.
A cotton woven, beautiful tea towel for the kitchen.
But
So
that was it.
yes, it was wonderful. We're lucky we can drive there, and so it's not too much of an upheaval for us to go. Thoroughly enjoyed ourselves, and we hope that you did too if you were there, and that you didn't have too much FOMO. I hope you saw lots of photos on Instagram if you wanted to see them.
I'm sure in years past when I've missed it, the FOMO has been
pretty
rough.
raging. Yeah.
But at the same time, there are ups and downs to going. So
There is. And I just want to give a young...
Oh, I was going to say, there's so many other wonderful smaller events near you that are...
I couldn't go to Vermont Sheep and Wool this year, and I really missed it. So next year we'll have to do that.
Yeah.
I wanted to give a shout out to a very young gentleman that I met. He was wearing a bright green love note. He's from southern New Hampshire, and I didn't get his name. He's only been knitting 2 years, and he'd done modifications. And I just want to say I really loved meeting you, and get in touch so I know your name.
Yeah.
I asked everyone their name except him.
Oh, all right. Yeah, and if we haven't seen, we've been looking for tags on social media.
Yeah.
But it's easy to miss them sometimes.
It's
so,
hard.
Yeah.
Oh, you were going to look on another app to see if you could see.
I will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, he was delightful.
Yeah.
And you all were.
Yes.
So let's see.
Let's start with the winner.
Let's talk to the winner. Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So to be eligible to win a prize, all you have to do is subscribe and like this video and leave a comment. And you will be eligible for a $25 gift certificate to the Woolly Thistle. Our first winner for today is Lainey Epstein. And Lainey says, I so appreciated how both of you and Caitlin talked about troubleshooting and fixing mistakes. It's so easy to relate to, and I always learn something when you do this. Rachel was again a delight. Loved all the cheer and chuckles.
Cheer and chuckles. That was more sort of tiredness, but there you go.
Well, we're still
chuckly.
episode.
Yes,
So
we are.
we'll
We
see
could
where it goes.
get excited.
So Lainey, if you can email us at info@thewoollythistle, put prize winner in all caps, we will get your gift card out to you.
Yes. And yes, more, mistakes galore. We share it all here.
Yeah.
So, okay, what are you wearing, Maggie? Show us your info.
I am wearing, so I showed this last time. I wasn't wearing it last time, but I showed it because I knit this a few years ago. It is the Art Walk Cardi by Hannah Fettig from her book Texture. And when I originally knit it, I didn't pick up enough stitches on the neckband and probably didn't knit it long enough. And it just didn't fit right. So
and it didn't feel comfortable?
It didn't feel comfortable. It was pulling down like this on the neck.
Yes.
And then it was hunching up at the bottom.
Right.
So
that's a clear indication you got not enough stitches.
Yeah. And when I did it, I really didn't know that. Like I had not a clue. So I recently ripped it out and just the shawl part. Just the shawl collar part and reknit it.
Yeah.
I made sure to pick up more stitches.
Yeah.
And
do you
I
know
say
what,
that I don't know how many
I was
stitches
going
I
to
picked
say,
up the first time.
did
but
you have a 4 for every 3 or 3 for every 4, something like that? Was it?
I think it was actually, I did like 2 for every 3.
2 for every 3.
Especially since it's a 2x2 rib and a springy yarn, I knew it would kind of scrunch up.
Yeah, it's laying beautifully now.
And I actually went up a needle size.
Oh, good idea.
Like it says to, I don't remember what size I used. I want to say it was either a 10 or 11.
Yeah.
10 and a half, something like
Put
that.
your hand under here so that you can see.
So yeah, you can see in it. So I did a couple things. So originally I picked up with the size that they said, which was like 10 and a half. I think they say to go down a size. And then I'd seen this tip somewhere and I'd never tried it before, but I got about 2 inches in to almost to where it would bend, and I went up a needle size.
Oh, good idea. So it's sort of
so it sort of opens it up a little bit, and now it's laying nice and flat, still nice and wide, and these still kind of like go out, but
that's okay. I think that looks okay.
But yeah, it fits. It's much more comfortable, and
yeah, it's a lovely fit.
Yeah. Good so now instead of having it in my closet and not actually wearing it, now I'm able to
now you're wearing it. Yes.
So that was it. Took like 2 nights, I think, to get it
to get that done. That's it. You just gotta do it though. Yeah. I'm wearing my Stark Cardi. I think I was inspired to wear this today because somebody we met was saying she was working on hers, and I think it's such a lovely finished object. So I'm hoping to inspire her to finish.
It's a classic.
It is. It really is, and I do enjoy it. It's got set-in sleeves. They're steeked. I think you steek.
Have you thought about putting, now that we have you have a little...
I've got a little hook and eye tiny thing. Yeah, there's no buttonholes on it.
Yeah, but we have the clasps.
Oh,
the Norwegian clasps.
Oh yeah, I could,
if you wanted, you could put a couple.
I could, but will I? I don't know. And it's steeked down the front. I never put any ribbon on. It's Jamieson and Smith 2-ply. Do we still have kits?
We do have yarn sets available that you can purchase. The pattern has reverted back to
Donna K.
Yeah.
Who wrote this?
Yep. And that's available on Ravelry. You can get that from her.
Yeah. But I love this. All right.
It's
so
beautiful.
Thank you very much. Yes. I talk about it every time, but I have mistakes all up here, which is sort of story.
They only know you'd only notice if you show them off.
And if I point it out. But yeah, no, this was my gauge swatch, and I had to learn how to increase in color work, and you can see where I was not doing it. Yeah. But that's okay, because that's sort of the story of this cardigan.
And the finished cardigan pattern. So
the finished part, right? So this was written by Donna K, lovely lady, designer.
New Hampshire designer,
yeah. I sort of had a plea that I was trying to find this sweater and I could not find it. So she's like, I'll write it up for you. And I was like, what? So she did that. Then we persuaded her to write it as a proper pattern, because I got a very, I knit this cardigan from like this much text, which is amazing, just goes to show. Anyway, she wrote it up as a lovely pattern, and it has much better... she does a lovely little definition stitch pattern down the side, and I think the sleeves. So it's slightly different and even better, let's say, but this was a prototype.
Yeah, so if you get the pattern, you won't have to figure it out.
Right.
She's done it for you.
Yes, but it was a really good exercise for me to figure that out, because by the time I got to this one, I nailed it. So Maggie, what are you knitting on?
What am I knitting on? Well, I have a couple things going, but I'm mostly knitting on the Westknit's MKAL.
Oh, yes.
You don't have to worry about spoilers because I'm still on clue 1. And I'm using Rambler. I'm using the Natural and Blue Spruce.
And of course, Rambler is our very own yarn. Comes in a lovely skein. Is this Blue Spruce? Yeah.
That is Blue Spruce.
There it is.
So
the woolly thistle yarn.
I know. So I'm working on clue 1, and I'm about halfway through clue 1. So it's been slow going for me.
I've looked ahead for her. You have work to do, lady.
I do have work to do. I knew I would not finish within the time parameters of Stephen's of the MKAL. I just You're fine with that. I'm okay with that. Yeah. I'm okay with going. I'll get it done when I get it done, and it'll all be good.
Yes.
So if you've not seen it at all, so it's really interesting. It's got the chevrons here, and then you create these little bands, which he then has you like twist and pull up through each other, and it makes this little braid. It's just genius.
He is so creative.
I really just sort of, I'm looking at this as an exercise in, first of all, I wanted somebody to kind of just tell me what to do, but it makes this beautiful, lovely
Look at that.
braid.
And so textural.
And so it'll go up everywhere here where you
there'll be braids. I'm sure people have seen it because
you can
it's
see
Stephen West.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I'm still just working through this. It's
enjoying
going,
it,
but I am enjoying it. I've just about gotten to the point where I kind of know where I am.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Have
you looked at Clue 2 yet?
I'm trying not to. Last night I was tired and a little dim-witted. And they did a great job. They had a spoiler graphic saying spoiler, and I was just and so I swiped by accident and quickly was like, avert your eyes.
Avert your eyes.
Avert your eyes. And so I the minute it was seeing because it didn't even register at first when I swiped. Like it wasn't until I saw those braids that I was like, oh no, and I swiped back. So I didn't get a good look at because I got out of there fast. Yeah. And now I will carefully read graphics before I swipe anything. Yes. But yeah, so I'm mostly working on that. I have a sock that's going. It's another pair of I've showed it before. It's a pair of Moussam Falls Irene socks. Yeah. They've not gotten much attention. So on nights when I'm too tired to work on this, I pick that up.
Well, that's good. That's good. I turned a heel, or I'm about to turn a heel. I've knitted a heel flap on my Agathas, also on Rambler. Yeah. Oops. Well, that worked. But yes, so I'm just doing the heel flap now, which is very squishy.
I love a good heel flap.
Me too. So pretty. This is, of course, the Agatha socks, which I wrote a few years back. And they're so stretchy. When you wear them, they open up like so. But they fit well. I've been told many times that these socks fit really well, which is a very nice.
Isn't the Agathas? And I like them. They fit well. They're holding up well.
Yep. So I'm recording a little course for the Agatha sock in case this is intimidating. There are changing number of stitches per row. So it is a little, I mean, it's definitely a step up, I think, but adventurous beginners have always been able to get through it themselves. But why not talk you through it a little bit? And this is in my Harris Tweed bag from the Woolly Thistle.
Which we still have some Harris Tweed bags in stock.
Should we mention that right now?
Yeah, let's show them.
Okay. I love my yellow and orange ones. You know why? I can find them anywhere.
That's true.
So we have the yellow one, and it's beautiful. It's a lovely color. So we have some of these left, and you can find these anywhere if you have one.
Yeah, we have the pink,
which is so
a pretty herringbone pink.
Makes me think of Chanel. I love this green one. I would take one of each, you know.
I know. It's purple. We have gotten a couple of questions. This is not the exact purple as the tote.
No.
It's still a lovely,
it's a lovely purple. This is a more blue purple, and I think the other purple is more red blue, red purple. This is such a pretty one. I hope you can see all the colors going through that tweed.
Yeah, this one's almost sold out.
Okay, so it might be by the time you see this, but maybe not.
Yep. If that's the one you want, I'd run there now.
Yeah.
And then the orange.
Yeah, and yeah. So, and they all have lovely brushed cotton innards, which is nice, fully lined.
Yeah,
with
nice
a pocket. So
yeah,
they'll hold a sock yarn or two, really.
Yeah, I have 2 sock projects.
You have 2
stuffed in mine. Yeah, and a copy of the pattern, and it's fine.
Yep.
Well, like one pattern page. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. While we're talking about Rambler, a new pattern was recently released by our friend of the shop here, Virginia Sattler-Reimer.
Yes, we'll put a picture there.
And it's called If You Go Out. I love it.
I was so tickled.
I was tickled by the title. I knew she was working on the sock. I had no idea what it looked like. It is stunning, as you'd expect.
If you're new here, stay to the end and you'll learn why she called it If You're Out. But it's a great name, and thank you, Virginia. They're beautiful. So go check them out on Ravelry. I think she also has her own website that you can check them out too.
I think so. And on Instagram, you can find her as @GinniSR.
Yeah. And yes, on Instagram.
And on Ravelry, she's just Ginny.
Okay. That sounds good. So yes,
I should clarify. She's not just Ginny.
Yeah, that sounded a bit.
She's Ginny.
She's Ginny.
Ginni.
I, not Y.
Virginia Sattler-Reimer.
Right.
So thank you so much for designing that gorgeous sock pattern.
Yep.
Using Rambler.
Yes, and here's to many more.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's.
Do you have anything else you're working on?
I do. Thank you for asking, Maggie.
Yeah.
I'm usually, much more bold and just throw it in there. I've been working on a little project for personal knitting that I'm just making up as I go.
Yeah.
And I wanted to work with Donegal, Studio Donegal Irish Heather, and Aran weight, which is very outside my usual comfort zone.
Yeah.
But so yes, it's lovely. It makes a really nice fabric. Let's look at the fabric. This is not blocked yet, but it makes a gorgeous fabric that I'm really liking. So here it is. This is a sweater. It's a very kind of wide sweater, cropped again. And it's dropped sleeves, but the sleeves are very short because by the time you start knitting them, because of the width of the sweater, you're sort of picking up stitches here and just knitting above the elbow down.
And you have knit it to a 3/4 length?
Yes, to sort of yes.
Bracelet length?
Maybe bracelet length. Actually, they're 2 different lengths right now. Until I decide which one I like. So one's longer than the other, but they're both fairly short because of the design. So yeah, you can see that. I did do a split hem. I did knit this bottom up actually, and I'm about to start a second one because I want to work out some kinks in this one. But I'll wear this, I think. I want to play with the neckline too. But anyway, this is totally wearable for me, and maybe I'll be wearing it next time after it's blocked. But we also have Le Gros from
Ishe Bouche.
Thank you. I could not think. This is their Aran white, and this is a lovely oatmeal-y color. So I'm thinking of potentially knitting up my next one in this, which would be nice.
Yeah.
And I want it to feel, so I want this sweater to be something you could throw over a skirt or a pair of jeans or a shirt like the vanilla sweater, something like that. But that it feels a little sweatshirty, but also quite put together.
Okay.
So it's not completely, sloppy. It's comfortable, but put together is what I'm going for. And
cozy and classic.
Cozy and classic, and it's very, very simple construction, which is not a bad thing. These are good even if you're an extremely talented and experienced knitter. It's a palette cleanser in between other things, or it's good if you're a new knitter and you're going to learn a new construction method, which is always good. So if you can knit this, and it won't take you as long because it's Aran white.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think I'm going to keep playing with this for a while. This has been on my needles for quite a while, and I pick it up when I feel inspired to. But I've done some shoulder shaping in there, so it's not just
straight.
Right, it's shaped. And I've done some neck shaping as well, but I want to keep playing with that. Yeah, so it's interesting. I'm enjoying playing with it. I might do it top down. I don't know. What's your preference? Do you like top down or bottom up? Lots of people always talk about they prefer top down because you can try it on. But you can try on a bottom up as well.
Especially now with barber cords.
Yeah.
I feel like trying it on barber, or trying it on bottom up. Like the Ravelry is knit bottom up, and I didn't have a problem trying that on.
No, you kind of step into it or put it on over the top.
Yeah.
You get it to where you want it to land on your hips or your waist, and then you knit to,
And then when I wasn't sure, I got my tree light out. I got another sweater out, and I laid the Ravelry on top of it to go, okay, I know that this fake will work.
Yes. That's a great idea. Yeah, comparing your current knits to a knit that you have that you like is always a good plan.
Yeah.
Oh, I should probably talk about my Keris Vest.
Sure. An update would be nice.
An update is not much of an update. I haven't done anything except play with it.
Okay.
So it's
final decisions.
No final decisions. I'm not going to rush it. I'm going to take my time. The MKAL is now over, so I'm not in the running for prizes. And so that will get its attention. I was thinking about this, over the weekend, that I was talking to Marie, you know, asking her how many whips she's comfortable having, and I think she's 2 or 3 at a time, and that's probably me too. But what I was thinking is that I don't have a lot of whips that just languish and die for a long time and never get ripped out or finished.
No, I have a couple things that have been sitting for a while where, like, I have a couple of blankets where, you know, I add a row here and there, or they're like that, but I don't think of them as like languishing. I don't have any sweaters that have been abandoned. Or,
right.
No.
Yeah, so I think I'm sort of that ilk as well, where it might sit in time out for 6 months, maybe, but then I make a decision whether to rip and reuse or to fix it and get it done. It's usually some, you know, user error at some point. But anyway, that's what I'm knitting on right now, and I'm enjoying it. I'm actually really enjoying it. I love the fabric that it's making, and the yarn feels nice in my hands. So that's Studio Donegal if you're interested in that. It comes in quite a few colors, not a huge number of colors, and a lot of them are a little bit darker, which is nice for winter anyway. They have a nice red that would be good for a Christmas sweater, and a green, I think, too. Yeah. So that's what I'm working on.
Lovely.
So are we all done? Oh my gosh.
I think that's what I have for. I don't have any other. Like, I'm still adding rows here and there to my tapestry cowl and rows here and there, but there's no significant progress to show.
Feels like you're in the.
Yeah.
What do they call that? There's an area of the ocean that just goes round and round, and they talk.
Bermuda Triangle?
No, I'm thinking, no, it's more down in like the South Pacific or something. Do you know what I mean? Does anyone know? Leave it in the comments.
I don't feel stuck. Like but I'm not close to finishing.
No, but you're in that stage where, you know, you are knitting on it, but it feels like you're not moving the needle.
Right.
You'll get there.
Especially right now, both projects sort of take some mental.
Yes.
Which is why I've been picking up the Irene sock to move that along.
Yeah.
The nights when I'm just like, I'll mess that up.
I did see some people wearing tapestry cowls. I saw a full color one, and I was wearing my black and white one. Did we see a black and white one out there? Maybe we saw a couple of color ones. I don't remember, but it was lovely. And also some vanilla sweaters, some vanilla fluffs, and amazing.
So many gorgeous sweaters.
Yeah,
It's like that, you know, when you go to a museum and you kind of get like fatigue from just seeing
the beautiful
all the things. Yeah. I feel that way. Or I felt that way at Rhinebeck. Like, I just can't look at it like, oh my gosh, you're also pretty.
Also pretty, beautiful knits. One I did see that's a brand new pattern just out from the Petite knitter. We'll put a picture. It's called Tuku. It's knitted in Tuku DK, and it's gorgeous.
It is gorgeous.
It's a yoked color work, 2 colors. It's an excuse to knit with Tuku, which you brought over here.
I did. Look at this pretty basket.
Look at that. Yes, and do we have a pretty good stock of this right now? We do have
a pretty good stock.
I think we're not able to do the Douglas kit right now because we're maybe missing.
I think we're missing one color, that, you know, that lighter pink color. Ujo. That is currently. So we're working on restocking that, and then Douglas will come back. Yeah. With Douglas coming back will also come some new kits. From the knitted Kalevala book.
We're just getting into it, Maggie.
I know.
I'm so excited about that. The knitted Kalevala book is lighting us up, isn't it?
It is. And
Caitlin too.
It uses so many of our woolly wools, and it's just beautiful patterns, and it's such a.
Yes, there's Rama in there and Tuku.
I could easily knit my way through that book too.
Yeah, well,
I've got to pace myself.
Well, and the designer, she did. We'll put it there.
Jenna K. She did
Solalu.
Solalu. We're gonna spell it here.
Yes, it's like the burger from. I can't say it, but
I'm sorry if we're butchering that word, because we are.
We apologize, but we try.
Yeah, but we love the sweater.
We love the sweater.
She originally designed it for Retrosaria's Kalevala, which was gorgeous.
Yes.
And now she's using Rama Fennel yarn for it.
It's like it's made for me.
I know. You've been talking about knitting that for years, and I'm like, now you can.
Now I don't have to do anything except knit it.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Yes.
But there's also some Tuku DK patterns.
So we're trying to get ahead of the curve and get some kits put together, because we know when that book goes live.
Yeah. And the kits will be very, very soon, if they're not already in the shop.
They might be.
They might be.
We'll
Especially
put a note
the kits
there.
will be, because the book is still on pre-order and doesn't release till November.
Yeah, we got to
say 10th.
We got a bit of time to wait for the book to come, and we'll do the kits that if you've already pre-ordered the book, you don't need to buy the book again, obviously. You just
Right.
get the yarn set.
Yeah.
So you can get it with or
kits will be
without.
on pre-order, and they'll both ship together. So you get your book, you get your kit, and you can cast on. So yes.
I feel maybe an informal cast on might be in the.
You mean a cow?
Yes, an informal. I'm not going to say
No,
it.
you should formally cast on.
Yes, I should actually cast on. Well, let us know if you're wanting to knit anything out of that book too, and which ones, and maybe we'll just very informal. It's very busy this time of year, so we don't want to do anything.
You should check the shop, because I've been away all weekend and my brain goes on vacation, but I believe that they should be in the shop.
Yes.
By today.
We'll put a note on the screen here if they are. Actually, was there some Ravelers, people in Ravelry talking about doing a MKAL themselves?
Yes, so we have some Ravelers who are very excited to be knitting some Jennifer Steingast patterns.
That's right.
And I believe that they're going to start in January, but there's information in the Ravelry group.
Yeah, if you fancy joining, just go ahead.
Yeah, they're just really excited, and it's a very loose MKAL, so...
Just knit together. We met lovely ladies at Rhinebeck who were saying that they've been doing their Knitting Buddies program all this time.
Flat Gale!
Flat Gale!
Flat Gale, if you're watching!
We'll put a picture there. Flat Gale.
Hello to Flat Gale.
Yes, hello Flat Gale. And real Gale. And Gale in Australia. She's in Australia and all her friends were at Rhinebeck, and so they brought a Flat Gale.
Yeah, I
saw her picture with everybody, you know. So
if
they
you look
did
at the hashtag Flat Gale on Instagram, which I spent some time doing, there was like at least 20 or 22 posts.
Yeah.
Flat
They
Gale
did you proud, Gale, for sure. Yeah. That's awesome.
It was like you were there.
I know. But that was a Knitting Buddies group.
I know. Yeah,
fantastic.
we heard from a few.
Yeah.
It was just so wonderful.
So keep on. That's awesome. Yeah, so we do have Tuku DK in all the colors potentially, but not
many of the colors. Like we're missing Ujo.
But more's coming. More is coming, and
actually there's this lovely. I couldn't fit it in.
Oh, it's a pure black, isn't it?
It looks like it, yeah.
Dyed black.
So
yeah,
they're just it's
and there's a cream
colors.
Oh! I could see that being really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, just knitting something very graphic.
Yeah, there are more and more amazing patterns coming out for Tuku DK.
Yes, there are. They're working on it, and it's gorgeous. So anyway, the Petite Knitter.
I will say too, if you want to try Tuku DK, my current obsession, which is Kate Davies' Sark book, uses many DK yarns.
Oh, so that's a good idea.
I'm obsessed. Francesca from our community has been knitting the, how do you say it, the Eastwas hat?
Why do you think I would know?
You're Scottish.
Is Scottish?
I think it is.
Well, I guess it probably is.
She's been knitting. I think I've seen her knit like 3 of these hats.
Where is it?
Oh,
Eastwas. Eastwas?
Yeah.
I'm Scottish, but I don't know what that is. Is it?
There's a picture of the back of the crown.
22.
Yeah.
Oh, that one. Yes. Oh. You love that.
I do love that. I've been holding myself back. I need to finish something before I start knitting from this book.
Eastwas, literally, eaves walls is a colloquial Scots term for high shelf positioned between the beams of a roof. So, up there.
Okay.
She's very clever. She teaches me how to be Scottish. There you go. Yeah, no, so we have this in the shop now.
Yeah.
And Maggie's definitely planning to knit her way through this, I think.
I am.
Or you have ambitions too.
I have ambitions. It'll take a while, especially that stole alone will.
Something about having a very long and quite wide, it's very comfortable to wear. So, and it looks good. It looks very good.
I think that's the thing for me. Not only do these look really interesting to knit and engaging, but they look so wearable.
Yes.
Like I can picture each of these pieces, maybe not the headband because I'm not a headband gal.
She's using a very natural palette. I like that. Yes.
Yeah. They're just all beautiful.
Yes, they are. Very nice. Oh, and I love that. Standing stones, and you go to graveyards back home and they have these stones that are like that. Anyway, I'm sure they do here too.
Her Carbeth, she renamed it Carp Beth.
So it's the Carbeth, or now it's the Carp Beth.
Mm-hmm.
And she put the stitch
on the sleeves.
On the sleeves. So.
Yeah.
Very nice. Anything Kate does, I'm a fan of. And so in honor of Kate, I put this on. I don't know if you've ever seen this. This is my Cockatoo Bride that comes from her Yolks book, which is still a fantastic book.
I have the yarn.
For what did you decide you were going to knit? Jamieson. So it calls for Jamieson and Smith. Mine was pre-shop, and I knitted mine in Harrisville Designs, although I think there is some JNS up in here. But yes, so you could knit this in Jamieson and Smith and use 202 if you wanted that colour.
Yeah.
I love knitting this. It is steeked. I even have my ribbon on the inside. Well, it's very good. These are buttons from Katrinkles, which I really enjoy. And I got to say hello to Katrinkles. She was there, and that was good. One of my favourite cardigans, and I did waist shaping here. I can't remember if the pattern called for that, but I did it. And I did it in the back as well, sort of in. And yeah, you feel very clever doing the shaping in the yoke here, but it's all very traditional and lovely. So
yeah, beautiful patterns.
Yeah, we love Kate Davies.
We have a segment.
We do have a segment.
I think we'll give you a break from us.
Exactly. So go enjoy Kelsey.
Yeah, so Kelsey, so she's sharing her finished Airy shawl using Ol Centrum. And she's talking about a sock that she's been working on.
All right, sounds good. So we'll see you back here in just a little bit.
Hi, it's Kelsey. I'm just popping in to share with you a few things that I've been working on. First of all, this is my area shawl, sort of the yellowy, orangey green section in the middle. There's some reds and purples. I haven't trimmed all my ends yet, but I talked about it in the last Shopcast that I was a part of. So I just wanted to wear it today. It's not super cool out, but I just wanted to share. The second thing that I wanted to talk about was something else that I mentioned in my last appearance in the Shopcast is this swatch. This is a swatch in Rambler in the golden fern color. Swatching from a US 1 needle, a 2, a 3, and a 4. And I won't talk about it too much, but I did block it and I did measure the gauge that I was getting. So on a US 1, I actually was getting 34 stitches to 4 inches. On a US 2, I was getting 30 stitches. On a US 3, I was getting 28 stitches. And on the US 4, I was getting 24 stitches. So as I said before, in the previous Shopcast, this is a much stretchier, looser gauge up at 24, all the way down to something that's pretty tight, actually tighter than a lot of single color sock patterns. Many of those are at 32 or so, and this is 34. But I am a tight knitter, so you may be in a good place with a US 1 to knit socks. So I just wanted to talk about that and show that again. Again, this is our Woolly Thistle Rambler sock yarn. Speaking of Rambler, this is the other thing I've been working on in Rambler. This is a sock. It's called the Telemark sock. I don't know if you can see it in the sun very well. Oh, there we go. With some color work and a stripy bottom and a little cross checkerboardy heel flap. Actually, my favorite part is this on the back. So the front all the way down the foot is sort of these boxes and checkers. But on the back of the heel, it's this cool like feather, arrow, fletching, whatever you'd like to think of that as a sort of pattern. I thought that was pretty cool, having a different pattern on the back of the sock than in the front or on the heel flap. I will say, it was a little challenging doing the heel flap in 2 colors, because then you're actually carrying yarns across the gusset. This is not blocked. This I only finished a little while ago, but I don't know if you can see in the gussets, you can sort of see the greenish color through the brown goldish color, just where I had to catch my floats. Otherwise I would have had a very long float of probably 10 or 12 stitches right there. So that would have caught on your foot, and you don't really want to do that. So it shows up a little bit. I haven't blocked this, but I think it'll block out. I did want to show you where the pattern is from. This is Socks from Around Norway. It's an English translation of a Norwegian book that was brought to the US by Trafalgar Books. We carry it in the shop. I'm not sure right at the moment if we have them. But the book includes a lot of patterns that are based on, they're based on historic socks that were found in folk art collections. So like that's the historic sock and that's the new sock that was written from the historic sock. I always forget which page this pattern is on, which is not a fun thing. Here, called Telemark socks. This is in like a blue and white. That's the original like historic sock, and a little bit about the historic socks and a picture of somebody wearing the historic socks. So it's a cool book with that sort of history, folk art, new knitting, patterns, new ways to knit socks, things that are a little bit unusual, like the color work heel flap, color work across the bottom to carry through for there. It actually has a star toe as well. I don't know if you can see that very well. Yeah, like that. So it's shaped like a star, more like the crown of a hat than the traditional, like what we think of maybe as the traditional sort of decreases on the two edges kinds of toe. So this I knit in Rambler. This is the golden fern color. It's the same color as this swatch. So you can see color theory is so crazy. You can see how that goldish brown golden fern color, it looks different to me when it's in color work with the greenish color. The greenish color is called lichen, and I think that's apt. It looks like the lichen that's all over the rocks here in New England. But when you knit them together, it makes the goldish color a little bit cooler, I think. A little less brown, a little more sort of gold. Anyway, I just thought that was cool, how working those yarns together makes them appear a little bit different. And the same with the lichen, actually. So here's the ball of lichen, and here it is in the color work. And it doesn't really, I mean, it's the same color, and you can tell it's the same color looking up there, but when it's mixed in the color work, I don't know, they just mix together and they make this new effect that I really like. The other thing that I am pretty excited to do, it sounds silly, but I'm excited about it, is knitting the other sock opposite. So like if this has the greenish, the lichen color, and then the big diamonds are in golden fern, like that, in the other sock it'll be the opposite. It also has these vertical stripes, that there's a lichen stripe that goes all the way through that differentiates between the different columns, if you can see that. So those will be golden fern in the opposite sock. I just think it's fun to mix it up, kind of avoid some of that second sock syndrome where maybe you're like, ugh, I knit this sock, it took me a while, it was complicated in the heel because I had to cut yarns and start rows in different places and all these things, but now I can do it with the other sock. And that'll be cool. I think that'll be cool. So I should have said this book is by Nina Grandland Sather. And it's full of cool patterns. This just happened to be the one that worked for me, and it worked for Rambler. The pattern is written for Rauma Gammelserie, which is Rauma's thinner sock yarnish sock yarn. It's very similar to Finalgarn, except it's twisted more tightly. So Rambler, I can tell you, has been a pretty good substitute for Rauma Gammelserie. I think it would also sub well for Rauma Finalgarn, especially on the larger needle sizes. But in the socks, any pattern, especially patterns like Norwegian patterns that call for Gammelserie, I think would work really well in Rambler. And this is my sock to prove it. This is also one of those socks, because of the complex color work, that really you only are this is a thing you see a lot in Nordic patterns. You change the size of the sock by changing the needle, not the stitch count. So we're used to, I think, in North America, are used to knitting a 62 stitch sock or a 64, 72, whatever stitch sock to change the size, and then knitting on whatever needle we like for that. This pattern is written men's and women's with 2 needle sizes. So you would be knitting the exact same number of stitches, which is actually 80 something. I'm not going to give away too much from this pattern, because it is in a book and it was designed by somebody, and it's not free. But it is 80 something stitches, which I thought was really high. But actually, when I knit it, and then I just took it on faith, I knit it, And then I measured the gauge. My gauge is actually 38 stitches. So in this here, in a single color, on a US 1 was 34 stitches. In color work, on actually a slightly larger needle, it was a US 1.5, this is a US 1, this is a US 1.5, was 38. I'm used to my color work being a little bit tighter. I think many people are, that your color work is tighter than stockinette, and it has to do with the physics of the stitch and like how much space there is for the yarn to turn around and needle across. You're kind of skipping that when you're knitting kind of every other stitch in different colors. I don't need to go too far into that, but I did get a really dense gauge, which I actually think is really nice. It makes a really sturdy sock. The other thing is when you're knitting something color work, it's a lot thicker. So this is single thickness because there's nothing carried behind. This is not quite like a worsted sock thickness, but you're carrying all these floats behind. So you're effectively, if there's a stitch in the front, I'll put this down. If there's a stitch in the front, there's also a yarn being carried on the back. So you're having two strands of yarn right next to each other. So you end up with a thicker sock, a sturdier sock, a warmer sock, and when it's knit on 38 stitches to 4 inches, that's going to be a really long-lasting, sturdy sock, especially when the heel flap is effectively in 1x1 color work. Woo! So I'm going to put these socks in my will. I think they're going to last forever. I'm very excited about them. And I'm excited about my other one, starting with Rambler Golden Fern instead of starting in Rambler Lichen. The very last thing I wanted to talk about is a swatch. I totally dropped the ball with the sweater cal. This is as far as I got. I'm knitting a sweater for my dad, and he wanted a little bit thicker, and he wanted some funky colors and just kind of whatever. So I picked out, I think it's 16 balls of Rama Fiddle yarn, and that I'm going to marl together to make a roughly worsted weight sweater. And this is as far as I got. These are two of the Rama colors, and I don't have the balls in front of me right now, but it's sort of a medium forest green and a sort of sky blue. And it's knit on a US 8 that I got 16.5 stitches to 4 inches, and then on a US 9 that I got 15 stitches to 4 inches. So just another example of marling. My plan is with all of the colors that I did that I'll do sort of changing as I go, kind of random striping, random marling. It's what he wanted, and so that's what he's gonna get. So I'm gonna work on a basic shape of sweater, but with kind of cool marling effects as I go. Yeah, so I think that's all I had to say. Hopefully where you are, there's a little bit of sweater weather coming or happening now where you can start wearing your shawls, you can start wearing your woolly socks. I know we are here. I'm in Vermont. I know we are here. And you can enjoy some fall knitting. Well, thanks for joining us. Bye.
Thank you, Kelsey. I loved your segment, and I love that. She's working on a colorwork sock in Rambler, and it is gorgeous.
Yes.
Thank you for sharing that with us.
Yes.
And now I need to knit colorwork socks.
I know. I've always worried about that, getting it over my heel, but I think that's a fallacy in my head, I think.
Yeah, I think as long as you get the sizing right, it's like any other sock and it'll fit.
Maggie, should we talk about what we're wearing?
Yes, we are wearing our amazing Studio Donegal woven wool blankets.
Yes, hand woven.
Hand woven.
And we're wearing them just so you can see them.
Yes.
But these are nice big blankets that are hand woven at the Studio Donegal in Ireland.
Yes.
And as we're recording this, they are on their way to us, and we potentially could have them in the shop when you see this. So pause it if you're interested.
Yep.
And go look.
Yeah.
What's your email?
You can check the shop, watch your email. If they're not in the shop now, I'm sure there'll be an update in our email. So check your email
and we've curated a collection of about 10, maybe 11 blankets of differing designs. They're all gorgeous, and they're warm and snuggly and woven. Yeah. So this one actually has a pattern woven into the design of the weave.
Yes.
Most of them have colors going through.
And plaid.
Yes, we've got another one here.
Yeah.
We've shown you these a couple of times because we've been waiting for them to get here, and we really want you to enjoy these if this is your gem like it is mine.
And we've been seeing in the comments that you're excited about them, so we wanted to give you an update that it's very, very soon.
Yep, and they're a good size. All the dimensions and everything are in fact listed on the product page.
If you're not on our email newsletter, there is a link in the show notes below.
Yes.
Or you could just go to the shop and sign
Why
up
wouldn't
there.
you be on our news? Yeah, you
I
should.
don't know.
If you're not, I don't know why. So get on
know.
that. Yes.
So yeah, they're cozy.
They're cozy.
And they're beautiful.
They're quite heavy. They feel weighted, you know, which is nice. And all natural, hand woven, machine assisted hand woven.
Yeah.
Is what they say. And there's lots of lovely flecks of colour throughout them.
Yeah.
We're thrilled.
They are beautiful.
Thrilled to have them. Yes. So great for that special someone who you don't know what to get. Probably a blanket would be a good way to go. I'm hoping.
A nice heirloom gift,
Yes,
honestly.
it is. It is. I'm hoping to maybe grab a
Hoping
couple
to snag
myself.
one.
Yes. I need all the cozy.
I know.
Yes. All right, Maggie. So what else are we talking about here today? Marie Wallen kits.
Marie Wallen kits.
They came in and have been flying out, but we have some remaining.
We do.
We actually got a really big stock from Marie of her yarn. So hopefully, I think everything is still available. I don't think anything's sold out because we were able to, what we did was we took the single ball offering out, because what we've often found is when we have both of them in, the kits get sold out much faster because you lovely people come and buy lots of balls of yarn, and then we can't do the kits. So we gave the kits a running start on their own.
Yeah.
Which means they've lasted longer.
Yeah.
But we will put the single balls back in if we haven't already. They should probably be in by now. But we have a whole variety of kits from Marie Wallen. You can see them on the shop.
So we pulled a couple so that you can see. So a kit comes with a lovely woolly thistle tote.
Yes, good size. Gusseted.
Good size. And all the yarn you need for your size.
Yes.
So this is a Keris Vest. This is the smallest size of the Keris Vest. And you can get the kit either with or without the book. So if you already have the book.
Yeah, you don't need to get it again. This is the Swalesdale scarf, which is a beautiful scarf.
This has been quite popular.
Yes, as is the Keris, I think.
The Keris.
Yeah,
So.
they're all popular. They all do extremely well.
Yep.
So we wanted to just show you because we didn't have the yarn, I think, last time we were here.
Yeah.
So so we've been busy, very busy putting lots of kits together.
Yes.
And
And the books are also still available. So, and we restocked all of them. So if you've been waiting for any of her books, now's a good time.
Yes,
so
it
check
is.
out.
Yes, it is. So yes, do check that out. It's an investment, but you know what? You will
It's
love.
an investment. It's an heirloom.
It is.
The yarn is really beautiful.
Yeah. Oh, and
beautiful to
we saw a couple of primroses and bresses. I didn't see a Keris, but you know that's still fairly new. Yes. Thank you for wearing your lovely Marie Wallens. They were gorgeous. Just gorgeous. Yeah.
I like to say it's sort of like taking a master class in color work knitting, seeing how she puts things together.
But Maggie, it's still only 2 colors.
It is.
At one time. So there's nothing complicated. Despite my efforts, there's nothing complicated about it.
Yeah.
In terms of color work.
It can look like a lot because it's so many colors, but yes, you're never using more than 2 at a time.
Right. So the actual execution is one of those cheats you get to do. It's easy enough to knit it, and it looks like, oh my God, how did you do that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
So, if you're interested in Marie Wallen,
those are here.
Those are here.
Maggie, we've got some new books on pre-order.
Yes, there's a new book from Lina with D. Hardwick called The Knitted Fabric. It is color work projects for you and your home.
Yes, it looks nice. Cushions and things like that.
Yeah, they are. It says in there they're bigger projects that are really meant to sort of slow you down and really practice your art.
That sounds good to me.
Yeah.
That sounds really good. Lina has a few things coming out right now.
Yeah, they're busy over there.
Yeah, so...
yeah, because we've seen hints, too, that other things are coming. So as soon as those, as soon as we hear more details from them, we'll share that with you as well. But
but we know Knitting Kalevala.
We're
pre-ordering that.
Still on pre-order.
And then this one's, is this one in the shop now?
This one is available in the shop now.
The Knitted Fabric Color Work Project. So that's in the shops to pre-order. Any news on the next magazine? I don't think so.
Not yet, but we're expecting it soon.
but we don't know for sure.
Oh.
So, any other books coming from Lina that we...
Yeah, so we saw a sneak peek on social media that they're doing a sequel to Worsted.
Yes.
The curated collection from Amy Goulet of La Bien-Aimée.
Yes.
So
we'll make
we
sure
don't have an
that.
exact date for that, but usually once we hear a sneak peek, it's not too long. So.
Yeah, so be sure to head on over when you start seeing that pop up. Maybe you have already because you saw it on social.
Yeah.
So
yeah, so as soon as we get details about and as soon as pre-orders are available, we will open those up.
And maybe we'll, if we don't have them in stock, though we do try to keep Lina in stock. If we don't have Worsted 1 still here, we will probably get it.
I saw it on the shelf.
Yeah, I think it's here.
I think it's here.
But we'll try and keep it so that if you want to get both,
Mm-hmm.
seeing that the second one is coming out, which is very exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pom Pom.
Pom Pom has some great new, they have their issue 43 available. We saw some samples from issue 43 at Woolen.
Oh, they were gorgeous.
And
the cover.
Yeah.
The cover sweater.
It looks like a fun knit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is
so
that a corrugated rib? No, because there was no purling. It's sort of, it was 2x2 color work.
Yeah.
Oh, it was gorgeous.
Yeah, we can put a picture here.
Yeah.
It was beautiful to see it in person.
Yes.
So issue 43 is available on pre-order now. There's a pretty shawl in there too.
Mm-hmm.
We saw that also live
Mm-hmm.
in person.
Yes.
And it was really beautiful. I think the Wool Dreamers Dehesa de Barrera would be perfect for that. There's some similar colors.
Yes.
Fingering weight.
I would say, I was just thinking what I saw an awful lot of there was the pressed flower shawl, which is gorgeous.
Did you see she released a cardigan?
Yes, I did.
So that now there's a shawl, there's a hat, and there's a cardigan.
Yes, and the cardigan's very pretty.
So
I think it's written for...
It was designed by Amy Christoffers.
Who's actually local to us.
Savory knitting. Yeah.
Yes.
I saw somebody posted a photo. She was there on Sunday.
Ah, the really famous people go on Sunday, so they don't get mobbed.
I don't know.
Yeah. So she's actually local to us. We need to.
Yeah. I would have liked to have seen her.
Yeah, I would have liked to have seen her too, for sure.
So it was.
So anyway, the pressed
really
flowers, very pretty, and I saw a couple of the Scout shawl, which is color work.
Oh yeah.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yes. Very, very nice. And lots of lovely, lovely knits.
Yeah.
I'm still on a high.
Yeah. Also from Pom Pom. We are rambly today.
Sorry about that.
Also from Pom Pom today, though, is Mini Pom, which is a pre-order book, and it has all kinds of knits for, I think, 0 to 12. So, and they're really adorable. There's pullovers, there's hats, there's mittens, there's all kinds of...
we'll need to look and get the details of the yarn that they're calling for, but we do have some yarns that are good for baby knits, especially if your baby is a rustic baby that doesn't require, but we do have West Yorkshire spinners, which has been treated that you can wash that in the machine.
I have a local friend who knit her 7th child
Wow.
a baby blanket using raw fennel yarn.
Of course, that's awesome.
She loves woolly wool. She's a knitter, but she's not obsessed like me. It's a beautiful blanket.
Yeah. Well, in Norway they use Rama for baby
wools,
knits. Yeah. I mean, that's what Norwegian babies. Yes, definitely.
Yeah. Icelandic babies.
Yes.
All kinds of rustic woolly wools.
So, and then we've got Knitting Kalevala. You've got Knitting Kalevala here from, so we talked about that. That's on pre-order now. But we're going to have 3, 4, 5 maybe kits coming from that. All in yarns we already sell. Feels like a celebration of what we're doing here, which is really, really good.
Yes.
Thank you, Lina, for that.
The Vampire Knitting Club books, those book bundles, those have done really well. They're really fun. We should mention those are shipping now. They were on pre-order, but they are here now and they are shipping.
Yep.
So if you had pre-ordered it by
now,
you should have it. Because they started shipping.
Yeah. A while back. Yeah.
So
we have a few left.
We do have a few left.
Yeah.
And not all the books in there. It's like the first 4 books in the series, and I think like the 4th one is about Christmas. So they're not all Halloween
Right.
themed necessarily.
Right.
They're vampires, but
but not
very
gory vampires. Cozy
knitter.
vampires.
Yeah, it's a
Yes.
cozy mystery.
Aw.
Ruth, and I think Ruth has read the whole series.
Yeah.
There's much more than 4
They
books,
love
and
it.
They
Yeah.
absolutely
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah.
Tina's read them. I haven't read them yet.
Oh, Tina's read
have Tina, somebody let her borrow a copy,
Oh,
and she read
good.
at least the first one.
Good.
And she liked it.
Oh,
so,
good. Yeah. Wasn't it nice having Tina on the show last
It
time?
was nice having Tina on the show.
She's a great knitter, and she did
Yeah.
really well. She's super, she's shy, I think. She doesn't want to be on here, but she came on, and she did a great job.
Yeah, I think she's seen us doing it. And
Enough, yes.
so far, nothing bad.
Nothing terrible's happened.
So.
Actually, quite the opposite. We have
Yeah.
all these friends.
I know.
Okay, so 12 Days of Christmas.
12 Days of Christmas. So that's still on pre-order. It's expected to ship by November 11th.
Ooh, that's around the corner.
That's right
October
around the
is
corner.
flying. It's scary.
It is scary. So you still have time to pre-order your 12 Days of Christmas left.
Have you
We're
seen
getting
it?
low
It's
on
the massive red box. It's that one. And it's got 12 secret gifts inside.
Yes. We do tell you that it's featuring yarn from the gray sheet
Yeah.
on their Hampshire 4-ply.
They're not Christmas colors per se.
Nope. You'll get at least one full skein
Yeah.
in a neutral shade, and then
5
minis. Just do fast math.
5
How do you get to 6?
And and then a bunch of other things that we are keeping under wraps.
Yeah.
But some things that you'll love for sure. So we still have a few of those left. We'll keep selling those until they're sold out. There's still time. Shetland Wool Week.
Shetland Wool Week is here. So
I think it was here last time.
I think it was here last time. It might just been left on the notes, but I can't talk about it too much. I really like.
Oh,
that.
I know. Yes.
I know. I'm just gonna. Oh, I like those. What a fun little stash buster too.
Yes.
Speaking of stash
Busters.
yeah.
Yes. Oh my God, I'm so excited about this. Go.
Yeah, my sister's been knitting the, is it Dothan or Dathan sweater from Kate Davies?
Yes. Which book
Queen
is-
Kate.
Yes.
And you can get
remember
the
which book.
pattern on Ravelry. My sister did. So, she's been knitting. It is a Dolan sweater.
Dolan
style.
yes.
We'll put a picture here.
And
It is amazing.
she's knitting it with
13 balls of Jamieson and Smith.
because
Tweed.
it's a grab bag.
Yeah, she used a grab bag, and for the sweater cast she had cast on, she's really close to being done. She had it with her this weekend.
And she
It was
still had tons of
amazing.
yarn left.
Yeah, so
And she's petite.
we've pounced on her and asked her to, like, you got to record a segment. So
Yes.
hopefully that's coming.
We
pretty
would love
soon.
that, Marie.
Yeah,
We really
so,
would. Yeah.
So either a segment or
At least-
lots of photos.
Yes.
But
we
a
want to
segment,
show you.
yeah.
So yes.
It's just all kinds of
And so
stripes.
yes, there's no. I don't want to say there's no thought to it, but she's purposefully being.
Yeah, and I think she said Kate tells you in the pattern, don't be too purposeful.
Don't think about it too
just kind
much.
of grab and go.
And it looks really good.
Yeah.
Really, really good.
She's on the sleeves now. So she's
when
in the
when
home
we
stretch.
realized, or you might have known, but when I realized that this was the entirety of a grab bag, and she still has so much left.
Yeah.
So I think other sizes will work as well. But we're excited about that.
Yeah.
So yes, Marie.
Depending on what size you'd need, like if you need a larger size, you might need to go into 2 grab bags. But you wouldn't need all.
No,
of
you
the
wouldn't.
yarn.
You wouldn't. And if you wanted to only stay with about 13 color changes, you could get 2 the same, or you could go wild and have 2 different color bags.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was,
Oh my gosh.
It was stunning.
So exciting. Yes.
Yeah.
Very nice. So Maggie, what other wonderful treats do we have for people?
Well, our restock of Old Centrum Sport Weight and the worsted weight have arrived, and I think we haven't shown them in a little while, so I wanted to show them.
Yes. So we've had the sport weight for a little while, and
Yeah.
some of these are multicolors.
Yeah. So when you watched Kelsey earlier, she had knit her airy shawl that she was wearing. She didn't really talk too much about what was in it because she had talked about it in the previous episode.
Yeah.
You can hop back and watch that if you want, but and you should.
Yes. And you
but
want.
She knit that out of the main color. The cream was the Old Centrum Sport, and then she used one of these variegated skeins.
Right.
For those little
They're
leaves.
beautiful.
They are beautiful. That designer has a ton of beautiful patterns.
I saw some hats being worn in that. Yeah.
Yeah. So we have a bunch of the variegated colors in the shop right now.
Yes.
This one doesn't have the color name on it, but
Yes.
yeah, we have this new red.
Ooh, ready pink.
It is called Rod Jeans or Rude. I don't know how you say the The O with
Yeah,
the,
I don't know.
I don't know.
That's
that
nice.
one's really pretty.
The purples.
The purples and pinks and grays.
This is all sport white.
Yes. I love this one. This grello. Gray yellow.
Yeah. And the
Just
blue.
Beautiful.
And then we have, those are all variegated, but we do have solidly, and that one.
There's one more.
That's very thistly.
It is very thistly.
And
then there's lots of solids in the
right,
shop.
solids being heathers though for the most part, right? Because
there are a lot of heathers. Yeah, we do have some that are dyed on white, but a lot of them are heathered.
Like these.
Yeah.
And this is the worsted weight. When we first stocked Wool Centrum, it was the worsted weight. Look at this. And now we've brought it back. Oh, it's lovely.
It is lovely.
That gold. Very fallish.
It's just a wonderful round worsted weight.
Well, it's a 3-ply, yes, and it is very round. Good for cables and textured knitting. I just love that combo.
It feels nice and woolly, but it's not.
It's
not
soft.
prickly at all.
No.
It's very soft. And,
Yeah.
And
then 2 grays, which are gorgeous. This dark one is anthracite, and this one is, it doesn't, light gray. Gorgeous. You know me, I love a gray. Did you not say you were starting to feel drawn to gray?
I am. I'm finding that I just really like the bases. My current spin is coming up kind of this color.
Yes.
And I'm really enjoying it. Usually spinning this kind of color would drive me bananas. And I'd need more color, but I'm thoroughly enjoying it.
Yeah.
So maybe I'm maturing.
I doubt it. So that's cerise, which is a very bright pink on, I think, cream. And then this is cerise on a darker gray. So you can see similar, but not the same.
Yeah.
Lovely. Yes, and then they've got light pinks and reds. And if you want to see, yes, let me give you that.
Yeah.
This is the antler hat I knitted up a while back in the worsted weight. And this is a Tin Can Knits pattern. Is it free?
I think occasionally, you know how occasionally they'll do like a free pattern thing. So I think I might have actually gotten it free, but I think now it might be a paid pattern.
Okay. But this is just lovely and soft and would not be itchy.
It also has a cardigan. There's an antler cardigan.
Yes, there is, and it's these cables on the yoke, which is very nice. But look at those cables popping.
Yeah.
And even the rib. Yeah, very nice.
Yeah.
If I do say so myself. Yeah, so happy to have more Wool Centrum in the shop for sure.
So if you're looking for a nice woolly workhorse yarn.
Yep.
For your sweaters.
Yep, sweaters, accessories.
Hats, mittens.
How's our Rambler supply doing?
We're getting low.
Yeah, so
a lot of colors are sold out, but we are working on a restock, a reorder. So
it takes time.
It does take time because it's made especially for us. So,
Yep.
but we're getting there.
We're getting there. So that'll be back. We'll of course let you know. But yeah, check out Virginia's pattern if you go out.
Yeah.
Which is a good
and
one.
And the Emma Woodhouse sock.
And Emma
pattern
Woodhouse
is
has been doing really well.
Yeah, and that's still available.
Yes.
And I can tell you it's also wonderful for shawl knitting.
Should we announce another winner?
Winner number 2 is Juliet Nussbaum. And Juliet said, such a fun episode as always. Loved watching the sheep enjoy their broccoli so thoroughly. Maggie, I share your enthusiasm for Sark. I'm planning to cast on the all-over textured cardigan soon. Just have to take care of some whips first.
Yes.
I'm right there with you, Juliet.
Yes.
So Juliet, if you can
Congratulations.
email us at info@thewoollythistle, we will get your gift card out to you.
Put winner all in caps. That way you jump out at us quicker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stay to the end because we have some community features we like
Yes.
to put on the end.
Yes,
Sharing
and-
those, so don't miss those beautiful photos. We had a lovely lady whose name I am sorry I do not remember because we met gobs of people and it was wonderful. But I know somebody specifically asked us what color red goes with candy cane.
You did, and
we
well,
had said we had one in the shop, but there are 2 reds in the shop. This one matches perfectly.
Cayenne pepper.
Cayenne pepper.
That's the one I would go with.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
if you're looking for red, if you want to see what it looks like next to cherry drop, that's what it looks like. But you can tell
Yeah.
this is the one to go with.
Yeah. But this cherry drop goes with
Cherry drop goes with
this really well.
hollyberry.
Yep.
Cherry Drop also goes with
sparkle. What's this one
Vintage Tinsel.
Vintage Tinsel.
I'm actually wearing those right now.
Are you? Are your tootsies cozy?
I'm not going to kick my feet up again.
Okay.
I've done it before, but they are. I love wearing them. The Vintage Tinsel also goes with the blue, what is it, bluebell? Juniper.
Juniper. Very pretty.
Juniper, not at all bluebell.
No.
And then Fairy Lights goes really well with the chocolate lime.
Yep, or the...
Chocolate lime also goes really well with the Candy Cane.
And this one goes well with the red too, so you could... Yes. Yes.
I did not grab a ball of this year's colorway, the gingerbread.
For goodness sake, so we'll put a picture of it there.
So sorry about that. We are getting low on gingerbread.
Yes.
So if you're looking for gingerbread, don't delay. And that goes really well with the turmeric.
Yes, it does. It does. And I think you could wear them through Thanksgiving and the Christmas holidays.
Yeah.
They're good colors.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I like like I said, I'll wear this even when it's not Christmas.
Oh yeah. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe you keep these for Christmas. I don't
keep
know.
those for Christmas.
Yeah.
Those
Maggie
are sort of like
these.
the minute Thanksgiving's over.
This is how the family knows Maggie's feeling festive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. These are great. I love the leg shaping in them. Awesome. So Maggie, I think all that's left to say is if you go out,
take your knitting.
Bye.